Yeah, good morning, everyone. This is Thomas from Rejola IT Services, and welcome to the Wisdom Talk series. For a long time, we are having this opportunity of interviewing someone who's been in the pharma industry for 18 plus years, who's worked in India, who's worked in US, in Singapore, and other countries, who's worked extensively in the manufacturing processes of pharma, and who is also a quality management expert, who's been the certified lead auditor for ISO 9000 2015. So various hats, been in all leadership roles in pharma for 15 plus years in the corporate, and for the last 3 years she's been consulting for various companies, and she's been helping various companies. So I'm so privileged to have Jayanthi Vuppala along with us, who will be sharing her wisdom talk, so that all the entrepreneurs who are listening to this can benefit, can add value to what they are doing and grow in their business. So thank you, Jayanthi, for accepting this invitation and coming to this wisdom talks and sharing your wisdom. So let's start off with you introducing about your business a little more. Though I gave a brief small introduction, I would like you to tell about what you do and how you help your customers. Over to you.
Thank you, Thomas. Thanks for having me. It's indeed a privilege and an honor to talk to you and the wider audience. So first of all, I thank you all for this opportunity. And thanks for that kind and generous introduction as well, as you have introduced. I've been in pharmaceutical industry for over 18 plus years, 15 of which, like you mentioned, in international work experience across geographies. And 3 years ago, I decided to set up my own consulting business, calling it Zoelentaa Consulting. Zoe is newness of life, and Lanta in Finnish means elevation or elevate. So our aim as Zoelentaa is to elevate the fullness of life through our pharmaceutical quality management, consulting and advisory services. And what we envisioned for Zoelentaa is our main mission is to facilitate the access to medicines, especially in current age where the access is a question. So our idea is to facilitate access to safe and affordable medicines to all those in need, and thereby helping them to live in the fullness of life.
Yeah, so when you say access to medicine, the thoughts that come to my mind is something like access to generic medicines. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, yes, and beyond. Definitely, generics are some things that made the medicines accessible to all, but I have worked all across the branded and generic formulation. So when we say access, it means that our idea is to help pharmaceutical manufacturers or pharmaceutical companies to address their complex challenges in their manufacturing or general business through our GMP and our advisory services. So we are basically technical experts. We help them solve their problems. So basically we are problem solvers, and we are there to turn your problems to profits. That's what we do.
Amazing. Can you give example of one problem that you have helped to solve for a company, without maybe revealing too many details? It might be an NDA, but just one problem that you've helped in solving.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Definitely. So we, as Zoelentaa and as an individual, I have worked extensively in multinational pharmaceutical companies across geographies, like I mentioned before. So which means I've also had the privilege of working in M&A, mergers and acquisitions, when a company acquires another company, whether it's a bigger business or a smaller business that adds value to our company. I was part of the integration team. So one of the project that immediately comes to my mind is a company that I have helped integrate one of the biggest challenge was the business that bought that company, and which is the contract giver and the contract acceptor. They have very different business cultures, both country-wise, business-wise. So I went in as integration expert as a part of a team. So when we worked with that local company, I worked with those people to make sure the local processes are brought in line with the global system. So I think I guess what I'm trying to say is one of my focus is people-centered and business transforming and result-oriented approach, which brings operational and quality excellence. So what I offer is those exceptional negotiation and people skills, along with the business and technical skills, to make sure that the non-compliant processes are put back in compliance.
Amazing. I mean, I can understand how difficult it might have been for two organizations to merge, or two organizations, one organization acquiring the other, and how difficult it would have been to bring two cultures together and make them work together. And I can understand how much of hard work you would have put in to get that, and for having made it successful. So I can imagine that, yeah, because ultimately it's all about culture coming together. It's not just the financials or all that. It's ultimately the people, as you said, being a people-centric person. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah, if I may add, Thomas.
Sure.
Pardon me. So something I would like to add to that is that it's like very rightly you have pointed out, it's about two cultures, two businesses coming together. But at the end of the day, it's also business. So when the business I am representing bought this company, that was a strategic partner in that country. With that acquisition, let's say Company A, Company A is acquiring the largest pharmaceutical business in that particular country, and it immediately becomes the top producer of that particular drug. And they also have a long-term pipeline in view to export products from this particular company that I helped integrate to market. This particular company I'm talking about is in Southeast Asia. I've spent a lot of time in the West, in the US and Southeast Asia. I call Singapore my home until recently, and so it's in Southeast Asia, and there were plans to export products from Southeast Asian market, manufactured in Southeast Asia, to Europe, which is a highly regulated market. But when that happened, unfortunately, it didn't pay for the company that brought this business, because due to a lot of non-compliance issues, we had to shut down 6 manufacturing sites. It is a huge loss, right? We have supply chain interruptions, we have commitments, and it impacts our baseline, right? So it impacts the business, our sales, everything. So it was kind of a business exigency. So all 6 manufacturing sites had to be shut. So I think what we tried to do is that within 6 months, we went there as a team. I led the efforts and helped the businesses to get back to compliance one day at a time. And then we helped the local company to restart all their manufacturing sites and start producing. And I think we also went ahead and filed for registration in Europe. And I guess right now they're exporting to Europe. So which is itself,
amazing.
It is a satisfaction of helping people, companies, but at the end, also producing some deliverable business results.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it's all about the health, the knowledge that I'm useful for someone. I'm able to make a difference in someone's life. And in your case, since you have been a leader, you've made difference to thousands of lives, though you've not directly done, a difference, but because of whatever you have done, it has boiled down to, benefit which has impacted thousands of lives. Yeah. So
absolutely.
So nice to know
because this company is producing life-saving medicines. I am sure this is a public health emergency when this drug shortage happens. So I do believe that I am really privileged to help in my own way to provide access to the patients and the people in need to these life-saving medicines through my services.
Thank you. Thank you very much. 18 years in the corporate, it's not, I mean, 15 years in the corporate, 3 years as an entrepreneur, it's not an easy journey. What would you say was your secret to success?
That's a good question. I believe integrity for a leader
Amazing.
is very, very important.
Yeah.
As much as we would like to help people, businesses change, at the end of the day, without integrity, I believe rest of the things wouldn't stand. So I focus on integrity as a leader, integrity in not just delivering the results, but also with my commitments with my clients, and also my interactions with the people, because at the end of the day, we work with people, right? Companies, businesses means people, like, and processes, of course. But so I make sure that I work with utmost integrity, not just in word, but also in my actions, and also make sure that I deliver the results as committed. Customers, clients, they invest in us, they call us for help. So I want to give back more than what they have invested in us and make sure everybody is successful. So integrity is one thing I can immediately think of my mind.
Amazing. I'm going to ask you a difficult question. Can you tell me, in your past 18 years of serving people, tell me one incident where your integrity was put to test and you really had to, struggle to stick to the your true to yourself? Because I know when we choose integrity as one of our guiding light or a guiding framework of reference, it's very difficult, okay, when there are other people and all that. Can you tell one incident where you really question yourself, should I be really hold on to my integrity in this, or should I kind of find ways of moving aside or something? Can you tell me one place where you really had to struggle to stay with the integrity, and then how it helped in the long run? Because integrity usually does not help in the short run, I know. Usually there are, there are problems, but then in the long run it always pays back. I've seen that happening, but I would like you to tell one of your experiences where it happened that way.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for asking that question, because it's a very practical one. And like you said, integrity will be tested in the fire, by baptism of fire, if I can say. Yeah. So I got tested too. Very early in my career, I went on to do my master's in pharmaceutical sciences, MPharm. And just after I finished my MPharm from Andhra University, I started working in pharmaceutical industry. And I was really fortunate enough to get roles that helped me to work on the shop floor. So I always tell people that I come from the shop floor. I started my career as in-process quality. That's IPQA is what they call. So I was on the manufacturing shop floor. So I understand the unit operations. I worked with operators. I learned from them. A lot of concepts, theoretically we learn in university, but practically it was the operators and the production men that are on the shop floor that taught me very early in my career. So one thing that I can remember is there was a time where I was in a difficult spot where we had to release a batch. As a quality manager, we are responsible for batch release. And there were, I mean, without giving much details, there was a issue with respect to the artwork. We made the particular business that I was with. We were making tablets and capsules. So one of the biggest brands, we were doing contract manufacturing for one of the world's biggest leading brands. And we had commitments, the batches need to be released. And just before the batch release, as part of a batch record review, we realized the artwork on the blister pack where we pack the tablets, the manufacturing license number is incorrect.
Wow.
So I flagged it immediately, and then it went into an uproar, when the batch is supposed to release and then
Yeah.
somebody is notified, especially the management, that, hey, we cannot release this 50,000 batch or a 1 lakh batch right now into the market when your trucks are down at the entrance.
Waiting,
it's a big deal. So there was an emergency meeting and I was called. I give this example because that was my first job. So as I grow older and wiser, if I can say,
that's why this is called Wisdom Talk.
I would stick with wiser in the next few years. The scenarios, probably I was much more equipped to handle such situations. But as someone who is just out of university, couple of years into industry, standing for integrity, that's very difficult because you're one of not the senior most person, right? And you have, but as a quality manager, I had to stand up and say that that batch cannot be released. People who work in manufacturing, generally product manufacturing and even pharmaceuticals, which is a highly regulated industry, Thomas, across the world, the topmost or highly regulated industry is aerospace, they say. Right? Of course, the risk factor is very high in aerospace, right? And the second most highly regulated industry is pharmaceuticals, because we make medicines that people take. It impacts people's life. People can die if they take medicines which are not of good quality. So it came to a point, usually it goes, blame game, and why did QA miss checking it during their in-process checks and all of that sort. But there was a huge pressure to sign the release of the batch because only quality manager can sign the batch release. It's a very particular role. Even in pharmaceuticals, the quality manager's name is also registered with the drug control department. So that person is a responsible person to release the batch. So very responsible role. So I stood my ground respectfully and I explained them what would be the issue. Sparing all the results, the batch start. But what happened amazingly was the batch was put on hold. There were some supply chain interruptions. In a few days, we received a letter from the local drug control department that there are some administrative changes that they're doing, and they have modified or made some changes to our manufacturing site manufacturing license number, and they sent the new manufacturing license number. And guess what? It was exactly the one that was printed by mistake on the blister. So, like you mentioned,
if that's not a miracle, then what else is it?
It is a miracle. The reason I mentioned it is definitely a miracle. And as a professional, that was the foundation for me, because when you stand for integrity, and not just your personal integrity, I know I'm responsible for all the people that would take that medicine.
Absolutely. I think it was a huge test for you. I think I think divinely you were being put on test, and then let's see if she holds her ground, and then let's see, okay, if she holds her ground, then in 2 days we'll have a miracle. That's really an amazing thing to hear.
Yeah, really it is. It is. Like you mentioned, definitely there is a divine component. Without that, I don't think this would have happened. But the point I'm trying to make, Thomas, is that when you stand for what is right, doing what is right, even when no one's watching, maybe temporarily we might have some pushback. We will, I'm sure. But long term, it's really satisfying. And strangely, I realized it turned it for my good. And the good of the company. And definitely there are cases in the next few years of my career. It didn't turn the way I wanted. I had to leave that particular role, refusing to do something, be it so. But it was really satisfying, and I wouldn't change anything going back.
Absolutely. Amazing. That's really an amazing thing that you stood your ground, even in places where it didn't go in favor of you. Amazing. Integrity being the topmost aspect of your life. Now there are other entrepreneurs, or someone who is interested to be an entrepreneur out there, who is watching this video and who is looking for an advice from you. Other than integrity, what are the other things that you believe an entrepreneur should have which will help them to succeed in their entrepreneurship journey?
Well, thank you. I definitely deem myself any expert in this, but I will try to share
Yeah.
something that I believe in. Like you said, apart from integrity, basically entrepreneurs, we are there to solve a problem, right? We are problem solvers. There is a problem, there is an issue out there, and we are solution providers. And when we provide solution, we make something better, a process, or we help people. So at the end of the day, we improve processes, we improve businesses, and most importantly, we change people's lives, right? So having that purpose set very early in our business, I think that really sets the path. When I decided to set up Zoelentaa, I questioned myself, instead of going back to corporates and doing my wonderful leadership roles, traveling to nice countries in my business class and enjoying my leadership. Why do I want to have this, if I can say, this struggle of starting my own and trying to do multiple roles, and there's no travel desk helping you to book tickets. You are the travel desk. You are everything, right?
Yeah.
Why do I want to do this? But one thing that really motivated me is that I think each one of us has a purpose. And I believe in purpose-driven life and purpose-driven businesses. So I think having a purpose for our business, definitely business at the end of the day, we are looking for results and, of course, profits, rightly so. But if what problem are we going to solve with our business? If we have that in our mind, I think we are off to a good start. I'm not saying this is the only thing we need to have, but this is one thing that I can think right off my mind.
Amazing. Thank you. So two pearls of wisdom, I would say. The first one was integrity. The second one was purpose. Absolutely. Without purpose, sometimes when things get tough, we feel like giving up. But if the purpose is big and it's beyond us, and it's a greater something, a good cause, then we still keep going and we keep striving and we keep doing better. Thank you very much for sharing that. Who are your ideal customers? Just define that.
Yeah, sure, I will. Most of my core expertise lies in pharmaceuticals, manufacturing. So pharmaceutical manufacturers, whether small, mid-size, or big companies, who wants to manufacture, who are manufacturing medicines that can be tablets, capsules, injections, or whatever dosage forms they are, and they have a manufacturing site and they want someone to set up processes, quality management system, or they want someone to audit their facility, their systems, to know whether they are compliant with the local regulations or the regulations of the country they wanted to, or the market they want to export. So those are one kind of customers. But having worked in pharmaceuticals, which is the most stringent manufacturing sector, I also cater to healthcare, food industry, cosmetics. In India, drugs, cosmetics, and food are under one Drugs and Cosmetics Act, right? So it's all under one act, 1948. So so drugs, cosmetics, food industry, chemical industry, because pharmaceuticals are basically chemicals based, right? Chemical industry. And of late, I have been also catering to other sectors because of my certification in ISO 9001 and 2015, which gives me the space to wider clients, educational institutions. Just last week, I was speaking to an educational institution or a college or a setup where they are going from certain certification for that educational institution, and they wanted to comply and they have no idea where to start. So I help them to put system or a skeleton in place in order to make sure they get that particular certification. And even hospitality industry, hotels, quality management system is a very, I say, encompassing system all across the industry. So any process-oriented sectors, industries, pharmaceuticals, healthcare, even aerospace, as a matter of fact, or any manufacturers, and then hospitality, educational sectors, and even NGOs, big NGOs. They wanted to set processes in place. So basically, you want to start something and you don't know where to start, and you don't know what systems, what controls you need to have in place. Please think of us. We will be there to help you.
Amazing. Thank you very much. I think that that covers a wide range of industries, which is good. Okay, and it is all because you have the skills to help so many industries because of the unique core knowledge and the experience that you have gained. So that's really nice. Now, for one final thing, how can your prospective clients or those who would like to connect with you find you? What is the best way to reach out to you?
Thank you. We have a website. It's www.zoelentaa.com. Zoelentaa is the name of our consulting firm. You can just Google Zoelentaa, Zoelentaa Consulting, and you can find a website. So it has all the details of our offerings. We offer auditing services, continual improvement of processes. Basically, we are process improvement consultants and any failure investigations and corrective and preventive actions. And we're also into training and mentoring. So you can reach us through our website. There is an email there, contact at zoelentaa.com, or you can write directly to me, my name, Jayanthi, Jayanthi, at zoelentaa.com. And we look forward to serving you.
Thank you very much, Jayanthi, for that. It was quite informative, and I'm sure 18 years of your career would not have been a cakewalk. I mean, being in leadership position of multinational organizations, which especially are playing with lives, I would say, because whatever decisions you take would affect everyone's lives, including mine. So thank you for being there. Thank you for being a leader with integrity and also someone with purpose, and helping thousands and thousands of people. Thank you very much, and wish you all the best and congratulations for 3 years of successful growth in your business, and wish you all the best going forward too. And looking forward to do this again, interview with you maybe a few years down the line to learn more about what you're doing and how is the growth going. Thank you very much. And I really hope that this this particular session, Wisdom Talks, has been beneficial to everyone, and you've been able to see how someone starts at at a very low level in an organization, but grows to become to a place where takes up the leadership position of helping large organizations with acquisitions and mergers, and now you're helping multiple organizations. So I hope this Wisdom Talks was quite useful for everyone, and looking forward to many more Wisdom Talks going forward. Thank you once again.
You.
Bye, and have a great time. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you.